All right, we have the final game of the second round of the college football playoff. It is the All-State Sugar Bowl. It's going to be the very last game of round two, again on New Year's Day, a night game, prime time, 8 p.m. And now this is a regular season rematch from the SEC. This is not the number 6 seeded Ole Miss Rebels versus the number 3 seeded Georgia Bulldogs. Everybody's picking Georgia. Georgia this, Georgia that. They whooped Alabama in the SEC championship. Georgia's back. They're back. They're going to run it back for another natty. You know, just like they did several years ago when they went back to back, and they're going to win again this year. That's what everyone is saying. Is it true? Is it true? Because last time I checked, in the first matchup, Ole Miss had a 9-point lead towards the end of the game. And they blew that lead. Obviously, we know Georgia comes back to win, but I would not count Ole Miss out of this game. I mean, we cannot forget, this is the same Georgia team, at least similar, most of the same players. Similar Georgia team that went out in the first round of the CFP last year and got cooked. They had a first round bye, and they got cooked in their first matchup, in the first game versus Notre Dame. Do I think Ole Miss is as good as last year's Notre Dame? Not a chance. Not a chance. So I don't think they're going to get smoked. I really don't. I do think this had potential to be a high-scoring, back-and-forth matchup. Trinidad Chambliss, we know he transferred from an FCS college. Ferris State, I believe, is where he came from. Wasn't expected to start this year. QB1 gets hurt. He's the next man up, and he turns out to be amazing. Probably one of the top NFL prospects if he leaves. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be a close game. Now, this, out of the entire second round, any game that's going to be a shootout, back and forth and pretty high scoring, I think it's going to be this game because it's exactly what we saw in the first game, right? Georgia wins 43-35 by 8 points. Man, I everything in me wants to pick Ole Miss. Like 99% of me wants to pick Ole Miss with the upset. And could Georgia come out with an underwhelming performance after one of their players got arrested? I mean, man, I want so bad to pick Ole Miss, but I just can't. I just can't. This is one of those things for Ole Miss and their team and their guys. Obviously, they're revved up. Their coach left them. They're here to prove him wrong that they don't need him to win a natty, and that they can make a run, the CFP run at Ole Miss, not just at LSU. I get that. But man, I truly think Gunnar Stockton, this Georgia offense, their defense their line has been playing really well. Their secondary, really all 3 tiers of their defense has been playing really well. So I'm going to have to take Georgia. Ole Miss, I believe in you. I really do. But I'm going to have to believe it to see it. I think it's going to be somewhat of a similar score to the last game. I got Georgia winning 38-28, advancing to the CFP semifinal to play the winner of Ohio State or Miami. Hopefully Ohio State. Ohio State-Georgia rematch of that 2022 game would be epic. Obviously, I want the Buckeyes to come out on top of that, but man, just having the rematch would be absolutely epic, and there would be so many great storylines of that. Can we get revenge? Can we get vengeance on Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs? We'll see, but give me Georgia in this game, being crowned the Sugar Bowl champions and punching their ticket to the CFP semifinal.